Hey, how's it going? This is Melinda and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be showing you and talking about new releases. I'm going to be showing some records from the Elemental Music label. I'm going to show you and talk about a very cool new release from Analogue Productions. This little thing called Elephant by the White Stripes. I'm going to tell you what I think about this release. And I'm also going to talk to you about a record. When I opened it and looked at it, I thought, what were they thinking? So let's go ahead and get started with the records from the Elemental Music label. This is a collaboration. And when I talk about a collaboration, I mean Elemental Music label sent me a few records and I'm going to show them on my channel. I don't get paid to talk about them, but I do get to keep the records for free. So I have worked with Elemental Music label for a long time. They've been a great company to work with. They put out amazing records, records that are otherwise hard to find in clean condition. Think Motown records, blues records. They do great stuff for Record Store Day every year, and just some hard to get stuff. They put it on 100% pure virgin vinyl. You're not going to get any clicks or pops. At least I haven't in my experience. These are three wonderful releases, and I was so excited when I saw what they were because they're right up my alley. First off, Bill Evans from Left to Right. As you can see in this picture, he is playing two pianos at one time. He's playing an acoustic piano, the Steinway. He's also playing a Fender Rhodes electric piano, all while smoking a cigarette, the talented guy. Uh, anyway, I love Bill Evans. This is from 1971, a performance, and it's really, really enjoyable. A little more on the orchestral side. If you like jazz, you're going to love it. If you like classical, you're going to love it. It's kind of a hybrid, in my opinion. That's how it sounds to me. I love classical records. I have a heart for piano playing. I can remember and having fond memories of before my mom and dad divorced. They divorced when I was 4, so I was very, very young, but I still can remember sitting by the fireplace and my mom putting on classical music, and all four of us, my sister and I, my mom and dad, sitting together in front of the fire. It's one of the only memories I have of them together. So I have a sweet uh, spot for albums like this already, and he does such a good job on here. The music sounds so good. It's got Sam Brown on guitar, Eddie Gomez on bass, Marty Morell on drums, and I love the opening track, What Are You Doing with the Rest of Your Life? I'm All Smiles is fantastic. The last song on here really hit me in the gut. I wasn't expecting it. It's called Children's Play Song. And the opening part, there's a little bit of you hear kids kind of playing, and you hear a little bit of a kid piano, or if a kid was playing a piano, just, I know you're thinking already, sounds annoying, but trust me, it's not. It's really, really cool. And what it really, hearing this whole song, it just brought back memories of me and my daughter when she was really young, before she got into full day school. On a beautiful fall day, I would take her to the park. It would be really slow because most kids are in school already. And I would just remember, pushing her on the swing and playing with her. This song brought that memory back to me. And I can remember even a year, 2, 3 years later, when she was in school full time and I couldn't take her to the park anymore, I would go past that park and just almost burst into tears because I missed that moment so much. So it brings back a lot of memories of me and my daughter at the park. And that's not even my favorite song on here. There's even better. So I love this Bill Evans record. It's just incredible. I'm a huge Bill Evans fan, so having this one in the collection is great. And I'll just show you the label. It's Elemental Music, but they do give it the old-fashioned Geffen label. Again, there's no clicks, there's no pops. It is in a paper polyline sleeve, so you don't have to replace it unless you want to. This next release is tremendous. I love it so much. I can't speak enough about it, how much I love this record. And I also love their hype stickers. So I had to take this one off because it's a gatefold record. This is Live at Nick's Chet Baker. And it's a 2 LP set. It has two tracks for the first time on vinyl. It's such a great record. Here's Chet. He's in his 40s at this time, but he looks older. He was a heroin addict, and it had taken a toll on him. He'd had a pretty rough life as he got older, died at the young age of 58. So this was from 1978. It didn't release until the year before he died, 1987. Has a beautiful gatefold. He looks absolutely stunning and elegant in this picture. And I just think being at that performance and then getting to be in the gatefold of an album would be amazing. That'd be like the coolest thing ever. I can't even imagine being anything cooler. And I want to give a huge, huge love to Phil Markowitz because he is tremendous on this record. His piano playing is to die for. He really holds it up. Of course, Chet Baker, I said he was a heroin addict. You would never know it. I didn't even have to mention it because he sounds like a pro. And of course, Phil Markowitz also keeps this together. There are some really great solo drum work on here. Jeff Brillinger or Jeff Brillinger, I don't know how that's pronounced, but he's wonderful. Scott Lee on bass. This is an amazing, amazing record. It's 2 LPs. The third side, Chet Baker does some singing, does a little scatting, and I'm going to be honest with you, I am not into scatting. That is not my thing at all. I don't mind it on here because his is gentle. It's not in your face. It kind of goes well actually with the piano playing. So I don't mind it as much with Chet Baker. And I also like his singing. You know, he wouldn't win the best vocalist award. At the same time, it's gentle. And sometimes when someone gets so into the vocal performance, you lose what the song's supposed to be about. And I think he's perfect at being able to be that conduit between, or conduit, I should say, between uh, the words and the message of the song. He doesn't do any spectacular vocal gymnastics. He just flat out sings it in a good way. So this is such a fantastic release. 2 LPs. Here's the label. I love it. So if you like Chet Baker, you would absolutely love this release. And finally, a rock and roll record that they also released that I think is really cool. Another really great hype sticker. And this is Steppenwolf, and this is like all of the reissues. The first pressings had a foil cover, but this one is on that white. It's really pretty. I love that they put it on a colored vinyl, makes it a little fun and special. This record is easy to find, but it's hard to find in clean condition. I love that they made it a remake of the Dunhill label, and this is like a fluorescent bright orange, and it's really pretty. It looks a little more faded in this video than it does in real life. This is a great record. You know, 2 of these songs were featured in the classic movie Easy Rider. Born to Be Wild is on here. Such a fantastic song that I think every generation knows. I also love Suki Suki. What a cool song that is. Hoochie Coochie Man. It's a great release. And if you need a clean copy of this, this is the one to get. So thank you so much to the Elemental Music label. I really appreciate that you sent those my way, and I highly recommend everyone checking them out. I will leave a link below to Elemental Music. Some of these records, they should be available at record stores near you. You can ask your record stores to order them for you, or you can go on Elemental's website and figure out where you can buy them. Great releases. These next 2 are from another series, and I'll be honest with you, when I opened the first one, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. What were they thinking? And I laughed out loud to myself. No one was at home at the time. I'm talking about Elvin Jones' Genesis album. This is, and I saved the hype sticker, the 313 series from Third Man Records and the Blue Note Records partnership. They are focusing on Detroit artists and putting some records out that otherwise might not have gotten a release. So I'm grateful for that. And I love Third Man Records. I am not making fun of them as much as I'm laughing at myself because there were choices you could make. You could order standard black. And I'll be honest with you, when it comes to jazz records, that's what I'm all about. I just like an old record to look like an old record, even if it's not. There's also a pretty pink you can buy if you like colored vinyl. Well, I went for what I thought was the Gusto, and I paid extra for it. It was the limited edition, and they're already all sold out from Third Man. And I saw a picture of it, and I thought it looked really cool. It looked like a black vinyl with splash of splattered yellow vinyl. And I thought, okay, for Third Man, that's really cool. This is exclusive. This is going to look really good. It looked cool in the picture to me. I got it home, or it shipped to me, I should say. And I opened it up and I just cracked up. I just thought, what is this? This is not at all what I thought it was going to be. This looks like at the pressing plant, parent take kid to work day. This looks like when I was in grade school, I was a B art student. And I think you have to work really hard when you're in grade school to get a B in art. I was not good. If I was to make a vinyl record as a child, this is what it would look like. I was expecting some kind of splatter, something cool, and this just looks like a mustard mess. Uh, Again, I paid extra for that, by the way. This costs a little more than just their regular copies. So laughs on me, honestly, because I could have just bought a black vinyl version. Now, this record is very, very good. I love side one. I think it's fantastic. It is a little more of the free jazz style. So side two, I need to kind of more adjust to. It's really free, but it's a great classic record. And again, I'm so glad it got released. So yes, I have something very unique. They didn't press a lot of copies of this. But wow, I wasn't expecting it to look quite as messy. I thought it would be more cool looking. That's just my opinion. If you think that is the bee's knees, let me know in the comments how wrong I am. I would be glad to feel like I made a good purchase. Again, 313 series. This is Kenny Cox. This one is more safe. That's a free jazz record. This is more clean, beautiful piano playing. I really like this. It's really good. And it's a little better looking, okay? This one looks a little better. Still, a little cooler looking, a little more what I thought it was going to be, but I guess I just kind of thought there would be a little more of a splatter look to it. But anyway, those are two really great records. I'm glad that they're now available. And it's a great series. And I like Third Man. I think Jack White is cool. I respect what he's doing. So having a little fun here, but don't get too upset with me about dissing those records a little bit. I'm the one who picked them, right? So now we're going to talk a little more about Jack White because this is the UHQR, and I'm sorry for the glare. I just haven't taken the cover off. I need to get some sleeves, and so I'm going to leave this saran wrap on it to protect it until I do. This is the UHQR of Elephant by the White Stripes. I just got it over the weekend, played it several times now. I feel like I can't really say I'm going to be giving it a proper review because this is the first and only copy I own. I love how they did the red and the black on it. I don't know. I'm kind of torn. Do I want it to stand out and be different? Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. Did I like how everything looks uniform on a shelf? I like that too. So it's a mix. But I'd say since this is such a departure from what they've done before, it's kind of cool that it's different. And I love the album Seven Nation Army. I was living under a rock when that came out, but I knew that song and loved it. So I really like this. And I love that in the video, I watched Chad Kassam talking about this album, Elephant, and he was like, this is new music to me. I agree completely. Something that's only 20 years old to me is new music as well, because I tend to listen to old stuff. And anyway, my copy is number 620. I want to give a special thank you to Felipe from the Jazz Bumps. And I'm wearing one of the Jazz Bumps sweatshirts that you can order. We'll leave a link to the Jazz Bumps channel. They are jazz They love jazz records. Every Friday night, they come on and talk about jazz releases. They show what they've picked up. They have a great jazz discussion every single Friday night, and I try to tune in when I can. And Felipe from the Jazz Bums offered to order an extra copy of this UHQR for me. And I took him up on it, and I paid him back once it shipped. But I decided to let him order it for me because the last time I tried to order one of these UHQRs was Exodus, the Bob Marley UHQR, and their website's pretty funky. They all are when they get heavy volume, they all kind of go a little crazy. But I was at a work banquet trying to order that UHQR, and nothing more awkward and making me look kind of bad than trying to order a record. People were approaching me at this banquet, thanking me for my service and saying nice things. And I'm like, thank you so much. And I just wanted to look back at my phone all night trying to order Exodus. So I was glad that Felipe ordered that for me. Thank you, Felipe. And wow, let's talk a little bit about this record. Okay, so Seven Nation Army. Here's my thoughts on this album, Elephant. Okay, so the song Seven Nation Army comes on, and that bass is incredible. That the thump, I mean, it's just by the second verse, I was like, this might be the best UHQR ever. And of course, I'm like, but I better reserve because I've got a lot more songs to listen to. And so I listened to the entire album a couple, two or three times now. And what I love about it is this is not supposed to be a clean and pretty record. It's supposed to be gritty, dirty. The guitar playing isn't supposed to be pretty. There's moments where it is, but they kept the integrity of what this record is. It's still kind of drudgy and dirty, but the bass is killer. The guitar playing sounds great. It is punchy. It is in your face. It's almost an assault of the senses. And I mean that in such a good way. But then there's parts where it's really, really pretty. The song On a Cold, Cold Night, sung by Meg White. That's a beautiful one. I really like it. Let's go ahead. I want to talk about a couple of the songs. First of all, Seven Nation Army sounds fantastic. Ball and Biscuit is to die for. Again, that bass is so great. The treble sounds amazing too. It's so fantastic. The beautiful songs, the pretty ones, sound really pretty. I Want to Be the Boy That Warms Your Mother's Heart. That's really pretty. When they have the opportunities to have a shimmering cymbal and great sounding vocals that aren't supposed to be dirty, they're clean, they're crisp, they're beautiful. There's Onslaught songs, though, that are also amazing. The second song, Black Math, is an assault. It is just an absolute killer. You are attacked by guitars. Amazing. The drums are great. Everything about this is so good. There's no home for you here is really great. I mean, just you guys, I don't have anything to review this with. I can't do a shootout. This is the only one I have. And yet I'm so pleased with it. It is giving my new stereo equipment a great workout. My stereo equipment is performing amazingly well, and I enjoy the music of this. Such a killer release. So really happy for Analogue Productions, and I'm so glad I ordered it. And that is my video for this week. A lot of new releases, mostly good, maybe a little disappointment, a little head scratcher for me. Let me know in the comments, which records do you like? Did you order the UHQR? What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear what you think if you have bought any of these records. Again, thank you to the Elemental Music label. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe. And I just really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. And I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.